What's up, guys? Erebus here, back with some more Dark Souls 3. This could be a bit longer of a video. I just had a lot of clips to share. Didn't feel like splitting them up into multiple videos, so here we are. So we're on my level 30 today, and first things first, I got invaded in the settlement. Thought I was having an honorable duel with this invader, but they went ahead and drank some Estus. I don't know if they think that that's okay to do in a duel, or if they just decided that this was not a duel but an invasion. If the latter, I don't know why they didn't try to get the machete-wielding settlement dweller involved. But, it's fine. Go ahead and get the parry there, and riposte, make him back off to heal. Throw him a nice firebomb in the face just to add insult to injury. Now I've got my Estus out in case I absolutely need it, but at this point I've seen what I can do here, and I don't want to have to drink. And I didn't, so I go ahead and give him a nice point down. And here's the funny bit. Now I'm going to show him how much Estus I had. Because sometimes I'm a jerk. That's a lot of checking. Now the second one, you saw right there, little pot skiddling across the screen. This guy's going to pretend that he's a pot. I'm going to pretend that I don't notice that he's a pot for a minute here. Trying to get him to not pay attention before I come over here and start swinging, but he was paying attention. So he rolls out of the way and summons. Now he was by himself at this point. So by it saying summoning another phantom, I'm thinking it's a buddy, overleveled password buddy, more likely than not. Especially looking at this guy. I mean, when your skin is purple, you probably have buddies like this, because you probably play this game a lot. I didn't start using weird colored skins until like my 5th or 6th character, so but at any rate, he does indeed have a quite overleveled phantom. Major poise boy, which is what I'm going for at this level. I'm not going to be able to combat that one, but I do see he's turtling a lot when he's not two-handing, so I am going to try to guard break him shortly. And the reason for that is I'm thinking that perhaps he doesn't have the stamina that he thinks he has. Coming from whatever level he's at to down to 30, there is a stamina handicap there. So I was thinking and hoping that he would have less stamina than he thought and wouldn't be able to turtle against me, and I was right. So that went well. Now I've sped up this section because the host is just kind of dancing around, trying to resummon. Not a whole lot of interesting going on. So just playing very defensively and waiting for that summon sign to come back, which it does. And so I know it's going to be the same guy. I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to be able to kill him the same way. Not necessarily positive, but I don't think he's going to try blocking against me again. So we'll see. If he does, then I'll deal with it at that point, but at the beginning here, I'm not thinking he's going to be that dumb. And now the host is content to just chuck some fireballs at me through the door, so I'm just going to stand here. They want me to come inside, so I go for my sit-down bait. I don't know why, but that really pisses people off when you sit down. So I'm going to force him out here. Take that enemy's interruption as an opportunity to heal. And do some damage to the host. I got lucky there that my second R1 actually knocked the phantom out of his attack. Broke his poise. That worked really well for me. Because that would have hurt otherwise. Now he did tag me there. That fireball is going to tag me as well. Also tagged by the running attack. I'm just not doing great. But now this guy's at no health. he tries to back off to heal. I get the drop on him, and the host died to the PvE in the meantime. Yeah, not sure why exactly. I didn't see what happened, but those guys are okay teammates, I guess. This one's kind of funny. This blue continually does rolling attacks, particularly if I back off to heal. So I'm going to use that to my advantage here and use a bait, get the parry, and the blue. And this host is very upset about it. They are just spamming the high heaven over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw out the parry. Don't get the first one, but I do get the second one. And that's all she wrote for this host. They actually do survive, but then get roll caught, so close enough. But yeah, just the double parry like that, or the parries in rapid succession, I was a fan of. I thought that was pretty cool. Now this one I cut out the first portion of. I had an honorable duel with this Phantom. Host stayed out of it. There was no drinking. But then when I tried to go to bow, I get spammed with spells. And then I get pointed up at. So I just rush in. No honor for you. Return that point up in full measure. So now this one was just too fun not to include. There's actually no battling here, but it was too much fun. Evading here in the catacombs, and I run into good old Trusty Patches. When I first evaded, name came up, Trusty Patches. He's over here just squatting. So I decided to leave him some embers for the cosplay. I always appreciate good cosplay. And he goes ahead and squats on my gift. Just like Patches would probably do. So he does go ahead and take them after that. And now I'm not sure at this point if we're going to fight or not. He starts kicking me. I assume he's kicking me towards the ball. I go for a kick as well, but R1 by mistake, because I'm terrible at kicking. So now I'm wondering if we are indeed going to fight, and off he goes. And at first I'm not really sure what's happening here, but he just gets right in the way of the ball and squats. He's going to go ahead and give me one of the embers I dropped for him back by committing death by ball. So I'm applauding him. This is hilarious to me. Even in the moment, I'm thinking this is just the greatest thing I've seen. I'm going through my gestures to see if I have Patches squat on this character, and unfortunately I don't. So eventually I'm going to settle on the toast, but it's going to take me a minute. So last time he tried to block the ball, now he's trying to attack the ball. So I get right in here and go for the toast. Also to get hit by the ball. Totally on purpose. It's just a really funny invasion. Now this host was trying to surprise charge attack me when I came around the corner. But he got hit by something, so he didn't get to. So element of surprise is gone. I'm giving him a little waggle because he's really backing down. I see the skeleton there that controls the ball is dead, so there's going to be no ball over here. And so now I'm going to roll catch this gentleman. Good for him, though. He learns and starts attacking instead of rolling. Very smart there. Now I'm going to make a couple of really silly mistakes. Just roll too late. So I get caught by that charge attack, and again I get caught by it because I didn't roll until after when I should have. But here he's got the flip going on. Let's go ahead and give him a backstab. It's a pretty easy move to backstab on. Going back with the roll catches, and he has a message rated. I probably would have been able to get him there if not for that nice full stack of health. That time I was a little too far away to backstab, so I just went for the hit. That time again, too far away and at a bad angle. So now I'm just roll catching him and whacking him and go ahead and knock him off. And then I fall off myself. Just an amusing little adventure. Now, this next bit is not particularly interesting, so I'm fast-forwarding it, but it becomes funny later. So this overleveled Phantom here is a Havel monster using Lito's hammer. There's no way for me to poise through that. There's a couple times where I try to hit him before his hyper armor kicks in. Never able to do it. I don't know if that's if there's a bit of latency. Well, there was a bit of latency, so I don't know if it's because of the latency or if it's just the hyper armor starts off that ridiculously early. So whatever the case is, I start predominantly going for backstabs here, because against this weapon, if I can't interrupt the hyper armor, I know I can't trade. So there aren't a whole lot of options. So I'm going for backstabs, and he's getting a little frustrated by it. Now there I figured he was out of stamina and it was safe to just swing at him, which was true. Got some good damage there. But this is going to continue on for a wee bit. Pretty much just like this. I've got my shield out because a couple times he's gone for rolling attacks, since they're harder to dodge, or they come out faster, so his R1s he's not hitting me with as consistently as he would like. But as soon as I take the shield out, to his credit, he stops doing the rolling attacks. So, get another backstab there. Unfortunately, he's got magic Estus. I don't know. Maybe he's got the Estus ring on, because it recovers him to full health every time he takes a drink. He goes ahead and kills me. Gives me a nice point down. That's all well and good. Stay tuned to the end for why that's amusing. Now here I ran into a pair at the good old cleansing chapel, and this Sunbro has just showed me 2 rolling attacks. I did try to parry the last one there, but didn't do a good job of it. Almost get caught between the 2 giant weapons there. But I'm able to escape, drink. I see the running attack coming rather. So I go ahead and take down the Sunbro. And now it's just me and Zweihander Man, calling themselves Guts. Maybe they'll have a decent cosplay later in the game. At this point of the game, don't have the proper armor or weapon for a true Guts cosplay. Unless he went to the swamp first, then you could at least have the weapon, I suppose. But at any rate, he's trying. I guess I'll give him points for the attempt, even though everyone cosplays as Guts. So now there I was testing out the Barker Bomb Bait to see if he would fall for it, and he did. So now I'm going to try that again. But he does a very good job of completing his roll and then R1ing instead of rolling attacking. Good on him there. I don't know if that was a conscious decision or if it just played out that way, but bravo for that. So go for the bomb again, just whack him in the face with it. If I'm not sure that he's going to rolling attack, I'm not going to try the Barker Bomb Bait here, because a Zweihander to the face is not really worth it, even if it doesn't do a ton of damage. Now here I've unlocked on, because I'm going to try to go for some unlocked backstabs. He's backed off quite a bit. I think he knows what I'm up to, so he just books it. I think he figured out that I was going to be trying for the unlock backstab, and maybe he was thinking I was better at it than I am, because I'm actually terrible at it and probably wouldn't have gotten it on him. But maybe he believes more in my abilities than I do and thought it was going to happen, so he tries to run. Now, I'm not sure why he ran to this specific location and then decided to fight. I don't know if he was going to maybe try to knock me off or what, but I end up knocking him off. And that's the end of that one. GG, buddy. So this is a fun one. Right off the bat, I see this blue, and I want to take care of him first. So he comes down here with some of the zombies, and I don't know if he hasn't seen me yet or what, but there I almost get him to just fall off and die of his own accord, which would have been great. But he was able to stay on. He also had the torch at the ready for that bleed, so good for him there. The unbelievable R1 spam that for some reason stunned me enough that I couldn't parry in between. Trust me, I was trying. So I was just standing there taking R1s because I was mashing L2 after that second one, and it just never came out. So now the blue does roll off. He dies. The red chases him down just in case he had the cat ring or something, which is not the case. So red's stuck down there now. I'm not going to hop down there unless I see host or phantoms or whatnot, because I had originally seen that they went the proper way through the level, or well, the proper way, I don't know, quote unquote proper, I don't know, but they went the bridge route over towards the grave warden right over there. So I don't see anyone below, so I'm going to go ahead and keep on my original path and hope to meet up with red at another point. Here I see a Sunbro, and he bows. You don't often find honor in invasions. It's very rare. And I don't know if there will be any honor yet. I know he's promised honor, but we'll see. So, starts off with some R1s and some fire. I'm trying to go for a parry and missing my opportunities. Gets me with that good old Chaos Bed Vestiges. Cheers to being overleveled. But it doesn't matter. In the end, we go ahead and trade, and I win. He didn't drink or do anything dishonorable, so I'm going to go ahead and give him the after bow. And then plug on forward to try to find the host. Now, I know the Sunbro was with the host at one point, and now as I'm running through, I see that all these enemies are not in their starting locations. Now, about this point, I saw the message they're summoning Phantom. I'm guessing this guy just booked it to the shortcut, which is exactly what happened. So first I'm waiting up here to ambush them when they start coming back through the level, but they're not coming through the level because the other red caught up to them and is fighting them here. So host is over here with Gale. I go ahead and start the assault. I want the other red to deal with Tywin because I already did once. Now here comes the blue. I don't have any idea what hit me there. Lag slap, I guess. So the other red's taking care of the Phantom. I'm going to go ahead and take care of this blue. And the host can do whatever he wants for now. Other Phantom is now dead. So it's just red and the host, and me and the blue. Then the red comes over here to deal with the blue. Host went back over to Gale and went ahead and went to the snowfield like a total coward. Yeah, that one made me pretty mad, to be honest. I was pretty rageful. But on to this one now. I started out having an honorable duel with the host here. Quote unquote honorable duel. Then he started chugging, then he summoned. It's funny how honorable duels start, and as soon as the host starts losing, it becomes dishonorable. People talk a lot about how being an invader is, dishonorable, and you're being an ass, and you're being a terrible person, and whatever. But really, I more often see honorable invaders than honorable hosts. I've been invaded a lot, and most of the time when I initiate a duel with an invader, they're more than happy to do that, because honestly it's good for them as well, I suppose, since fighting with Estus would be a benefit to the host. But still, my point is the dishonor is strong with hosts. Now we're playing this stupid tree game, and I'm really frustrated. That guy dies after a considerable amount of latency, lag, whatever, I guess. Now it's just back to me in this chat. Now he's shown me that he wants to try to parry me, so I pull out the Sl30 just to be able to R1 without the threat of parries. And I am able to swing through him and take him down. I give him the nice applause instead of the point down, because I feel more like being cheeky than being a jerk. Now for this one I loaded into a cutscene, which is excellent, because actually it tells me where they are. Or at least tells me one of three options. Well, actually, with seeing this part of the cutscene as well, it tells me exactly where they are. So, cheers to the host for not skipping it. Although it ends up not mattering that I know where they are, because as soon as I actually load in, I'm right next to them. So, wasn't as helpful as I had hoped. And of course, here we've got another over-leveled Phantom. It's always the case, really. So, start out using the straight sword. They're able to just swing right through me, because they've now switched from good old dark sword to an ultra. The host has a great sword as well. Not an ultra, but a great sword. So straight sword doesn't seem like the best option here, so I go with the Sl30 again. That way I can just swing into them, and particularly when they're standing right next to each other like they just were, that means that I can hit both of them. But at any rate, get the backstab on the Sunbro here. And this host is really just going for it. Just running in from the side and R1ing for days. So I know right off the bat that I want to parry that guy, but not yet. I need to take care of this Sunbro first, because they're not going to give me the opportunity. I lucked out there that they wanted to charge that R2 so long, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get away. That would have been a kill shot if they had not charged it. There I'm able to knock them out of the air, which is hugely beneficial. Again, that host just R1ing for days. Nothing else on his agenda but R1. So now the Sunbro has switched back to the dark sword. They've decided they don't like how this ultra battle is going. So they're going to go back to a trusty dark sword and fire. So I also go back to my straight sword, so that I have parry potential. And that one, we both kind of sat there for a second, because I don't think either of us realized that that parry wasn't going to connect, because it probably should have. But at any rate, now the lag is just getting intense. Host is pissed off, so I've got a little bit of time with the Phantom. Go ahead and get that parry, because thankfully the lag died down. The host comes sprinting, and now they're mad that their buddy is gone. But to their credit, at least they're not going to try to run. I appreciate that, at least. Now there they were R1 spamming, so I was thinking of trying the parry. I actually did try the parry, but I didn't get it. Then I got roll caught a time or two, which, again, good on this host. They're not completely new to PvP. Just somewhat. But for that one, I saw him trying to swing, and I had interrupted him, so I knew he was going to try again. Throughout the parry, and it was a good choice. That time, due to some lag, I'm not able to swing through him, but I do go ahead and go for the after trade parry that I'm very fond of, and that also gets him. Go for the roll catches with the dark hand, Unfortunately, I get that backstab animation on that one. But then I get an actual backstab, so it's not as bad as it could have been. And here comes the R1 spam once again. I stupidly go for the parry there. That was a bad choice. Should have just taken him out and not played with him so much. But he's out of Estus, so it's pretty much next hit wins. I go ahead and hit him with a bomb. Again, thought about trying to parry the rolling attack, but just went for the R1 instead to end it. Anyway, enjoy the mail that I received, and that's all for today. Thanks for watching.